Okay, what we have learned about being in relationships with narcissists.
Oh, this is juicy. It's a lot, isn't it? You're going to love this. So make sure you press that subscribe button if you haven't already. And so you get all the latest videos so we can help you through narcissism. But this is a doozy, isn't it? We love this because we ourselves have also experienced this. Me from a male's perspective and Britta from a female's perspective. And we know what it's like to be in these relationships. We know what it's like to attract them. We know what it's like to heal from them. And we know what it's like to move forward and live and attract the most amazing people in our lives.
Yeah, so this can be any way. We have so many ladies come to us, and it's from having narcissistic parents. Me, myself, I started off in primary school. I had a narcissistic friend, which I had no idea what it was back then, but I realized that was my first experience. And, you know, that's what really started shattering my self-worth and self-confidence. And then it led to relationships after that as well. But it can be any way. It can be parents, friends, in the workplace. And of course, the big one, relationships.
Yeah, and look, as far as I'm concerned, go back and, my father had a lot of narcissistic tendencies, traits, and that was my first experience. And God love him, he's passed on now. I'm not talking bad about him, but it was just a fact that, he treated everybody nicely, but he didn't treat me nicely. And that's where a lot of my rejection and abandonment issues came from, was from my father. That was my first experience with narcissism. And then it just continued forward to attracting these partners. And the thing is that the reason why I attracted narcissistic partners, they weren't all narcissistic partners, but the reason being is because I really had that deep hurt, that deep trauma, that rejection and abandonment issues. And I wasn't worthy of attracting someone who could treat me the way I wanted to be treated. So it's really important to understand that a lot of people attract narcissism from their childhood, or it could be they have the blocks that we know as to why women attract narcissism, and then they attract them that way.
Yeah, it can be through trauma you've been through, where your self-worth and self-love has really, nearly disappeared completely. It could be from bullying in school, and that's primary school, high school, and our self-worth gets to a level where we start getting this distorted version of love. When someone gives us attention, we crave that attention, we want that attention, because we're such a beautiful person, and anyone who sees that and comes towards us and gravitates because of our energy, we get excited. The warning bells don't go off at first when there's little things that they start doing that aren't right. It's just, you want to be accepted, you want to be loved, so you allow more people into your life who aren't going to appreciate who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so, I guess the big thing I've learnt from being a male, and remember there's narcissistic females too. Let's get this clear. We'll do a video of that because that's an interesting area. A lot of people don't realise that there is so many narcissistic females. It's not just a male thing. And it's quite prevalent, and it's something that needs to be addressed. But at the end of the day, learning from my experience is I learnt that why I was attracting these people. And like I said, it was because of that energy I was putting out. Why was I attracting people? Why was I allowing people to treat me the way I was being treated? And it wasn't until I started really removing those blocks and shifting those blocks and healing that I started to feel better about myself, that I started to let go of my experiences and to really help me shift my energy so I can start feeling good about myself. And it's amazing that once you start feeling good about yourself, how very quickly you start to attract not just better partners, but less toxic people in your life in every area. You start to attract more money, attract more love, be more confident, sleep better, be more motivated, feel good about yourself so you're not self-sabotaging. And that's one of the things you think about when you are attracting these people. You really are unconsciously self-sabotaging your life, because we know for a fact that no one goes out there and says, I want to attract a narcissist, or very few do. If they consciously, that is. So when you are attracting these people, you have to really remember you're doing this unconsciously, but be aware, and you need to own it. You need to say, wow, I am doing this. Okay, I'm not proud of it, but I need to fix this. And this is the big thing. There's two types of people. The people that just live with it and go, you know what, I'm going to keep on attracting narcissists and I just give up. That's my destiny.
Or just give up on dating, full stop. A lot
Yeah.
of ladies we see all the time, we get emails and messages saying, you know, I'm staying single, it's the safest way. But
Yep.
really deep down in their subconscious, they want to be loved and adored, but due to all the trauma they've been through, they would rather close the door, actually nail and concrete that door shut to love, because, you know, it's painful and it can leave you feeling like you have nothing left of your soul in your body.
Yeah, and the other option is you do something about it. And
Like we did.
Like we did, yeah. So you do something about it. And when you make that step to say, you know what, I'm over this now. And what we find is a lot of ladies, particularly in their 40s and 50s, will call us because they go, you know what, I've had enough of this. I've learnt my life lessons from this. I never want to go there again. Something needs to give because it's affecting them. It affects your mental health. It affects your spirituality. It affects your physical health. And a lot of people get sick even. They have disease or illness from all that toxicity and guilt and not doing anything about it. It affects your children. The children start seeing that mum is or dad's doing the same thing. And they start to either become narcissist or they take after one of the parents, or when they're older, they'll start attracting narcissistic people in their lives because it's like monkey see, monkey do. So it's that programming of the children that they're doing by watching their parents in their behavior, because they always look up to the parents, don't they?
They do. And if they see mum is attracting, you know, relationships that are abusive, or, you know, they just don't treat her well, then they start taking on this distorted version of love. So they start thinking that's what love is. Love is abusive, love is nasty, love puts you down, you know, all of these things. So you are the role model to your children, no matter what age they are. And, you know, you start doing the healing and the changes in yourself, and it will have a ripple effect on your children, and to really help them to, you know, if they're adults now, really help them to break that cycle as well. But, you know, when you don't do the healing, that's when you can see not only you might have a child or children start being narcissistic towards you, or you'll see that they're going through the battle that you went through, and that's something you definitely don't want to happen. So by doing that healing, it not only empowers you, but also your children too. And if you don't have children, we have many beautiful ladies who are school teachers who come to us, and they teach what they've taught to their students, and so the students have seen the changes in them, and it inspires them as well to have those healthy boundaries.
Yeah, and again, the best way to help your children is to make a shift in you. And then they start seeing an empowered mum. Wow, a mum that's in control, that loves herself, that has self-esteem and motivation. She's like, come on kids, let's do this, let's do that. Instead of laying around and maybe in self-pity or guilt, or, you know, maybe you haven't got the energy to do something, or to go out and play with the kids or show them a good time. But we know for a fact that when you're feeling good about yourself, you burn off less energy. You have less anxiety when you're in control of your life. So the best thing you can do is to take control of your life and then start to create less anxiety around your children and the household, and also to then start to lead them. And that's the key word here, to lead them moving forward. They will follow. They will follow you. You set a great example, and then you can break that cycle, which often goes from generation to generation to generation. You can have the most amazing effect on your grandchildren, their grandchildren, and they'll thank you for many generations to come by you standing up to your addiction to narcissism. And so you can really live life like you truly deserve. So I guess that's a massive thing that we've learnt, yeah. And we've also learnt that the meaning of healing. And we always talk about this all the time, isn't it? Healing, 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 healing. Because healing from all different avenues and all different ways will set your soul free. And that's what's going to help you to remove those blocks that's stopping you from attracting those amazing people in your life.
Yes, so make sure if you've got any questions, comment below, and make sure you subscribe to find out any more information that you'd like to know. We'll be bringing lots to you.